The minutes for December the 19th meeting is on your desk also. Okay, it's 5:30, so we're going to start our Building and Code Safety Committee meeting for January the 16th, 2025. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to you.
Yes.
Alderwoman Lewis, who is our vice chair, she won't be here tonight, but she did have everything prepared for us, so we'll go ahead and get started with our public comments. Okay, any public comments? Seeing none, then we'll go on into our roll call. Alderwoman Malone Marshall, present. Alderwoman Lewis. Alderman Barron.
Here.
Alderman Tully.
Here.
Alderman Marzak.
Present.
Alderman Cobbs.
Present.
Alderwoman Noble.
Here.
Okay, so we do have 6 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum, and Director Nelson is also present. Okay. Moving on to the third item is the approval of the minutes for December the 19th.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes as presented, Chairperson.
I'll second.
Alderman Tully, okay. And that was Alderwoman Noble?
Yes.
Thank you for a second. Okay. Any discussion or corrections for the minutes for December the 19th? Okay, roll call. Alderwoman Malone Marshall, aye. Absent. Alderman Barron?
Aye.
Alderman Tully?
Aye.
Alderman Marzak?
Aye.
Alderman Cobbs?
Aye.
Alderwoman Noble?
Aye.
Okay. The minutes for December the 19th are approved. Okay. Next is our bills for November. No, I'm sorry, for December. Now, do you have any comments on the bills, Director Nelson? No. Okay. Just noticing for the inspections, look like it's covering September, October, and November. So that $5,100 on our bill is for 3 months for inspections at the very top. Okay. We could entertain a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $12,357.68.
So moved, Chair.
Okay. We have a motion by Alderman Cobbs. Anybody want to second our
I'll second that.
Alderman Tully? Okay. Any questions on the bills? Okay. And we also just want to make sure we look at the amount that we did for animal control. You know, we want to just kind of pay attention to that, being that we're considering doing a contract, so that when that is brought to this committee, that we are keeping ourselves aware of what it is on a monthly basis. Okay? All right. Alderwoman Malone Marshall, aye. Alderman Barron?
Aye.
Alderman Tully?
Aye.
Alderman Marzak?
Aye.
Alderman Cobbs?
Aye.
Alderwoman Noble?
Aye.
Okay, the bills are approved for December. Next on our agenda is our director's report. Do you have anything that you want to bring to our attention, Director Nelson?
No, not at this time.
Okay. We do have the animal control bills for November, which is the $2,315. As you see, we go to the next page there on those.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you, excuse me. We also have our adjudication report for January the 16th. There's 8 pages of that. And we also have our monthly permits for December. And we have 6 pages. Let's see. We had a total of 87 permits, totaling in fees $22,084.55 for the month of December. Okay. Any comments or questions on the director's report? Anything? We have the intergovernment, moving on to our next item on the agenda is our animal control contract. And attached to the back, you see the intergovernment agreement. This is proposed, or has this already been signed off on?
No, it hasn't been signed, but he wanted me to bring it to the committee.
Okay, okay. So, from looking at this, it looks like it would be $35,000 a year. Is that what you, Director Nelson?
Yeah, I'm trying to see it, yes.
Okay, so $35,000 a year
But if we're paying,
would break down in,
if we're
monthly
paying
is
about
what?
20, if we're paying 2,500, about 2,500 now, isn't 35 quite a bit of a increase?
2916.
Yeah, it's just under 3,000.
So that's just right under 3,000 a month. And right now, and you know, we have been looking at 2,000 or less a month
Right.
for our animal control.
Will that 29,000 bring anything extra? This is my first time seeing different from what we're already getting.
Will you have a chance to review this before the next meeting? Do we have a chance to review this before our next meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, and, you know, if you have anything you want to share with the committee or you want to speak with me or Director Nelson about, feel free to give us a call, and we'll actually go through this on the next meeting, okay? I always believe in presenting it, giving us a chance to look at it, and then we'll discuss it at the next meeting.
Chairman, would it be reasonable to ask for a recap of last year's total expenses to the county?
Several.
More than 1 year. I'd say more than just 1 year, but let us know what we've been paying over the past 2
So
years.
how many years would you like?
Okay.
Should be.
How
3,
many years would you like?
I'd say 2.
2 years?
2?
Can we get 2 years of the animal control bills, Director Nelson?
Just to know what, not just going by 1 month or 2, but the whole.
Yeah, because it could easily fluctuate.
And then we want to see what in addition, because right now we have, they don't do cats and this, that, and the other.
Right.
One time we came up on a problem where they had all of these, animals from a raid or whatever, and so they weren't able to pick up any of ours. Now, from my understanding, when you're under contract, they'll make arrangements for you, is that? So I'm just, speaking on these things so that when you read through the contract, we want to ensure that these things are actually in here, those, added
Enhancements,
benefits
yeah.
are in here that we need to see happening, you know, to kind of clear up our streets and stuff and be able
Right.
to feel like it's a better deal. Okay?
I don't see anything in here that says anything about cats. It just says, attempt to pick up dogs running at large, stray dogs, animal neglect, blah, 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 blah. Won't respond to wildlife calls except when it's inside of a building. I don't see any reference to cats.
I don't think, and I just kind of skimmed through it, I don't think cats are in here. I don't think they're willing to pick up cats.
I mean,
This would be our first contract for if we were to, go into the contract, but we ran into the same thing, wasn't it? Did we run into the same thing when we were saying doing a contract before? And it was, I think it was probably like 10,000 more than what we were paying.
Right.
And it didn't have any extra benefits for us doing that. So, that's why we ended up staying on a monthly basis and doing like we are doing. But, like I said, it's up to us to look through this contract and see, because we were also talking about trying to get the people billed for, you know, what bills the city were paying, you know, for picking up their animals, you know, seeing if this contract would have them to bill the people, and then we wouldn't be billed, you know, but that's something we'll have to look at this contract and see if it's gonna be worth us going an extra amount of money.
You know, I think that's a question though, because when they pick up animals, and when people pick up their animals from animal control, you have to pay. So does that money go back to the city?
No. Has been our question all along, is when they're paying and we're paying, you know, it just seems like it's a double payment on each animal, and then we're not getting reimbursed, but they getting totally, you know, paid. So,
I have no idea what people pay to recover their animal from animal control, but if they're there any amount of time, I'm not defending them, trust me, but it's reasonable that if they have to house the animal for a period of time, they should be compensated for that as well.
and that's why we look at the animal control bill. She gives it to us, the director gives it to us each month so that we can see actually what's happening. So, just like if a animal is kept for so many days, it shows the amount that we have to pay on here.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So that's showing
That's just to
our
have them picked
amount.
up, right?
No, that's to keep. It's for the days that they're there. Right. And if you or I go to get your dog, you're gonna pay for those same days.
So would it be safe to assume we're paying for pickup and they're charging? I don't know, we had this discussion before, I don't remember.
it didn't go anywhere.
Alderman, can you use your microphone, please?
Would it be safe to say that we're paying for pickup, they're paying for housing, and then there's a fine along with that, isn't it? I know we've had this discussion before, I don't remember the conclusion of these discussions.
So what we're looking at is our cost, the city's cost. This is what the bill that Director Nelson gives us, is our cost, the city. for, animal to be picked up. I guess we could request, did they have a fee, didn't they have like a fee schedule or something that they had when the, animal control came and talked to us?
Yes.
They have a fee schedule, so, could you see if
And
we,
they also charge for different things for the owner. So they charge us for picking them up, and then if they have to keep them. But then if the owner come and pick them up, then, you know, they had to feed them for the 3 days they were there and different stuff. So that's why they charge the owner another fee, because they have to take care of them, like, you know, take care of them. They don't just get them and throw them in a box and hope the owner come, they still feed
they
them.
take care of it?
Yeah, they take care of them, so I think that's why they charge the owner a fee also.
Well, and that's the point, though. I mean, if it cost us $100, you know, let's just say, back here, you know,
After hours is 100.
right, $100
Day
but
is 50.
let's say it's $50, and they come to, you know, claim the dog, or
And it's
whatever it is,
$150.
and they're paying to get them out, there's no reason that we don't get that $50 that we're out. It seems like they're recovering the fees, and we're just getting stuck with the bill.
That's what I'm thinking, because I know you're gonna pay at least $150 if your dog is just caught.
I mean,
And if it stays there a couple of days, it's just about $300.
I remember we had this conversation before, and I don't think there was ever a, you know, answer to that particular.
Of recouping the
Right.
fee that's on this paper. That's the question. The fee that's on this paper is not being recouped, period.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, but, and I'm just asking because if we're paying these fees and then they're recouping these fees from the dogs that they do come,
But they
people
not
do come again. But they do recoup in a lot of instances.
No, I'm saying that's their fee. They not recouping for us. They just charging us and then charging the owner too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's double.
Yeah, it would be different if they were recouping hours, you know what I'm saying? And saying, okay, these is our fees, and then, but 50 has to go back to the city.
Correct.
That's what we
Right.
have been constantly discussing. Why isn't, whatever this fee is for this animal, why isn't that piece coming back to the city? And so that's really, if the contract would bring that back in, I wouldn't have a problem with having a contract. But it would have to be whatever you're paying, whatever the person is paying out of theirs, they need to give us our, whatever it is, the $50, the $100, whatever, that should be coming back to the city. And then that would, in itself, take care of us having a contract. Now, that's just my opinion. That's how I see it, so.
Well, they have to pick the animal up, right? Mm-hmm. So they need to charge somebody for pickup.
They
So
do.
we would charge, so the charge should be to the owner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so are they charging the owner for pickup or for
Yes.
just?
They are.
They
That's what
are.
I'm saying. That's being done.
So if they're charging the owner for pickup, and this is what it looks like to me. It could be some, you know, like I said, we never concluded.
$150 to pick up your dog.
Right, so I'd like for them to understand how it's not double dipping if they're charging the owner for pickup and the city for pickup. You know, am
I
I,
think they charge the owner for pickup, they charge the city for pickup, they charge the owner for care and maintaining and keeping.
They charge the owner for pickup also.
Well,
So it's, you know, we probably need to be looking at their fee schedule. And then, like I said, I just feel like whatever their fee schedule is they have, and whatever this is that they charge us, need to be all done at the same time when that animal is picked up. And then all of this, what this bill is, should be coming back to the city. That's how I see it.
Paragraph 12, I think, talks about
Okay.
that. And it sounds like they're going to do it the same thing they've been doing.
paragraph 12?
Yeah. the reclamation fees, which I assume is when the owner goes to reclaim the animal. It says they'll be paid by the owner according to the county fee schedule, and the city isn't assessed for that. So I take that to mean they're keeping their reclamation fees,
So there's, yeah,
which I think is what they're doing now. Now we're just we have to pay for the labor, going out and actually picking up the animal from the streets.
Hold on, let me read that again.
Number 12.
So basically, a reclaiming fee shall be paid by reclaiming animal owners to Kankakee County Animal Control, according to their fee, which is a good point to have a question of what that fee is at the time of reclaiming. And the city should not be assessed any kennel fee for animals reclaimed or not reclaimed. So what is that reclaiming fee? Is that reclaiming fee pickup or just kennel fees?
Do you mean pick up from the street? Or
Yes.
pick up from,
Yeah.
I don't think that means that pickup fee.
It's only when the owner comes to get the animal. Now, when the owner doesn't come and pick up the animal, then that fee goes on to us, right? When they don't have a owner,
That's why they have,
like the 180, nobody came and picked them up, so we end up having to pay the kennel fee plus the pickup and disposal, or however they did it, right? E&D is however they dispose, right? Euthanize and dispose. So that
You
was
said there was a 180?
180.
There's a $180 fee in here?
That was on 11, go down to like November the 17th.
We wouldn't.
Okay.
Now, you see how that's 180? Because nobody claimed that dog, and then after 3 days, they E&D. So we end up paying the kennel fee for those days, and then to dispose of the animal.
and it was after hours.
And it was after hours. So,
And
I
the
would
fee
make it
was-
100 right off the top, right? But if somebody come and reclaim, like where it has an owner, you'll see like when we go up to 1115, and we have the 1198 South Fifth,
Yeah, that's
they
returned
returned
to
it to
owner.
the owner, so it only charged the city $50, and the rest of the fees was charged to the owner.
You know what RTO is?
Return to the owner.
So what's RTOIF?
If found, I'm guessing.
Well, they probably say that at first, that's probably the initial thing, return the owner if found, and then if it's not found, then they change it to those other ones. They have to put that other fee in when we have to end up paying. But those is just examples of how the bill changes. But if this bill right here that we get, like I said, with the, as Alderman Barron pointed out, when in the contract with the reclamation fee, it doesn't include that fee of what the city was charged. So it just still doesn't have anything, well, I can't say because I haven't reviewed it the way I'm gonna review it, so.
Yeah.
Let's just keep looking at this, and we're gonna have it on our agenda for next month.
Yeah.
And we should be ready to discuss it fully, and hopefully, between that time, not Alderman Nelson, I'll change you into a lower seat. Director Nelson, I'm not fixing to demote you tonight. I apologize. Listen, could we get those fees, of what they are charging, period? You know how they charge, period,
Yeah.
so we have a better idea of when they go pick up the animal, when they reclaim the animal, what it is that they're charging.
And those fees are not on their website.
I'm sure they not.
They have adoption fees and other fees, but not those fees.
Yeah, because they provide a great service, so they don't want to put all those fees out there like that, because they subject to change.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I still have my bill.
You got yours?
I'm gonna see if I still have it.
Okay,
'Cause
okay.
And I know.
We want to leave that on our agenda for next month, but during that time, could you also find out, Director Nelson, if there was some way that when the owner come, that they could put our fee on there too, so that, and then they just return our fee to us? Animal control? Can you just ask them? I mean, that's a part of our negotiations, for a contract. If we were, I mean, just like they set this bill up for this, they know exactly what it's gonna be per animal. So only the ones that are reclaimed, they would need to pay
It is
this
fine.
other $50. And it'll come back to the city for, I mean, that's how I feel, but I don't know if everybody feels like that. But I'd just like to know if that would be something that we could get in the contract. Would it be possible? Okay, any more discussion on the animal control contract? Alderwoman Noble, what's wrong?
I just think they get paid enough when people go and pick up their animals to return the city their money. Because I know for like 1 or 2 days, it was over $300.
So you think they should take a pay cut?
No, I think they should pay the city back what the city put in, and they would still be paid.
Okay, we really need to look at their fee and see. We need to look at their fee schedule and see if they're being overpaid, because, you know, you gotta have workers, you gotta have food, you gotta have a roof over their head. So there's some overhead that they have to take care of also. This right here,
I believe that they would also keep the database on registered animals that we don't necessarily have access to, because that rabies tag goes through
that
the,
chip and stuff.
goes through the county, so does the chipping.
Yeah, but if they have it, but then in our contract, we don't have the benefit of none of that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
They have it, but
we should have the benefit
that
of
would also give us the benefit of being able to identify the owner, and right now, we don't have that capacity.
I agree. Okay. So, moving on to our, new business, which is our general discussion. I don't have anything that I wanted to discuss tonight. Director Nelson, anything that we need to be advised on? What's going on with the code
So
department?
I hired a young man for an inspector,
Oh,
but I also lost a young lady as an inspector.
Yuck.
So,
so the property inspector, we lost one and gained one? So we back at square one?
the one, yeah. So, okay, Kenyatta, an inspector, was promoted to building inspector.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
we have the 2 building inspectors now. She's training, but we have the 2 building inspectors.
Great, great.
And then I had hired 2 property maintenance inspectors. Well, I lost one of them, and I still have one. And so, now I'm back looking for 2 more.
Okay, because we was already short still, okay. So we need, so who's doing the first ward now?
The guy, Bryson Tucker is his name.
Bryson Tucker, that'll be on first ward, okay.
He's training, but he'll be in first ward.
Okay. And Kim Yada is now a building inspector.
Yes,
Okay, good. So we still need 2 then
yes.
for our property. Okay. All right. Anything else?
I'd like to ask the question, if person in the community puts out, the city will pick up one piece, large piece a week, or,
The garbage company
Yeah.
will pick up 1 large item a week.
okay, and then if they have more than that, then they call the city to come and get it, and they pay a price?
They pay for it, yeah, they call Public Works, and they'll come out, give them a price, and pay for it, and then Public Works
Okay.
Or you can call Republic, and you can tell them, I have several items that I have, large items that I need to put out, and they'll say, well, we'll come and pick them up on this date, so that you can put them out at that date, because of the fact that they don't pick up every week. So they will do that if your people call them,
Okay,
and they'll pick it all up at one time. But if they just set it all out there, it's gonna
Stay out
start.
there.
They'll do it one piece at a time. But if you call the office like the week before and say, I have some stuff that's gonna need to be set out, and they'll be like, well, we only have one book, okay, so, well, I'm gonna have one piece every week then for you. And then they'll say, well, just set it out, and we got somebody picking it up.
okay, because someone asked, and I didn't really,
Yeah, have them to try with Republican, because if they call them in advance, they kind of be working with people, so I found that to be true, so.
appreciate that.
Anybody have anything else in any other wards? Okay. I just want to say, I appreciate the work that was done on North Evergreen. The trailer that had been sitting out there finally was moved. The tents are down, and now it's just basically a few items in the camper that's still there, so it looks much better. I did have a question, though. With the snow removal on the sidewalks, that used to be really an issue. No? Not no issue?
I mean, you mean like downtown area or?
Well, the downtown area and other areas.
Residential area? I've never had any, city do our resident sidewalks.
No, I'm not saying for the city to do it, no, I'm not
Oh, okay.
taking on the
Oh.
responsibility of the city. No, there used to be an ordinance that anytime there was over 2 inches of snow, that when the snow fell, then the walks were supposed to be taken care of.
Good luck with that one.
Well, it is a good luck, because that's how we looking. The businesses up here on Court Street don't have their stuff shoveled and stuff, so we are looking like good luck. But we didn't used to look like good luck, I can tell you that much. Well, I know, because we used to be across the street from Cole, so maybe it was an easy thing to just shoot that letter out. But you couldn't just wait till the next snowfall and just have people trudging down the sidewalk. But I just wanted to ask.
I didn't know we had a code for it, that I was always told, I have to look it up, that we can't address snow. I didn't know we had a code where we can address sidewalks. I've never seen one.
If we don't, I think we should.
I've heard something like that. I thought I heard it in other municipalities. I could be mistaken.
You thought it was what?
I've heard that before.
That we don't have nothing?
That
About the snow removal?
Here, I don't remember if it was here or in another municipality, but I've heard if there's, that there was a requirement, but I don't remember if it was.
I didn't look it up either. I haven't looked it up again. It was just, used to be just so automatic that it.
Yeah, we chopped it forth.
Well, it is probably for ones that don't get nothing, because but there's some areas that are just like, I have seen like different businesses and stuff. Now, you have a responsibility to people coming to your business. They should not have to be slipping and falling on snow and ice. So, and then like, I had met with the people over here in the high-rise, and they were saying about how, they sidewalks are, they leave a sidewalk, and then the other sidewalks are not shoveled, and it's very hard for them to get around. They have disabilities and stuff like that, so I said I would definitely bring that concern to this committee, for us to ponder and pay attention to. And then see if we have something that is supposed to be in place. And I'm not asking us to go out and ticket, but I think that if people are never shoveling their snow and people are having to walk through their snow, I think that's a problem. But we got the mailman, huh?
When you say walk through their snow, so you want the city side sidewalk to be clean?
It's supposed to be.
Or the sidewalk walking going up to their house?
It's the city,
city
it's
sidewalk.
the sidewalk in front of their property is supposed to be cleaned.
How will we be able to enforce that?
You know, I just can't tell you, how many letters we got back in the day for that, but,
Letters for
And-
cleaning your snow?
And I know they have done it in other municipalities.
I have another too.
Because my daughter and them.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it myself for many years, but it used to be like that.
I just wish the high school kids would come by more often. I'm happy to throw them a 20 or a 30.
Well, I tell you, my mother, she was so used to it until, like, this last snow, she just came out herself. She said, well, ain't nobody gonna do the snow. Let me get out here and do it. Now, she 88. And so, of course, somebody called and told my son that his grandma was out there shoveling the snow. And so he was just straight out, no coat, just getting out there and doing what he knows that has always had to be done over there. So, it's just something for us to pay attention to. And like I said, when we spoke to the people over here in the towers, you know, that was one of their concerns, that the snow be removed once they get off of that lot. Then it's like for them to walk to the post office and stuff like that, it is just hazardous for them. So I just told them I would bring that to the attention of this committee and see if there's anything we can do about it. And I think a lot of times when you're not disabled, I think it makes you less attentive to the things that people, you know, when you're always going and getting into a car, to the people that's walking, you don't really pay attention to what they have to deal with. And that's what the purpose of the sidewalk is for them that are walking. So just wanted to share that with this committee. Anybody have anything else? Okay. We don't have a need for executive session, so I'd like to entertain an adjournment.
Second.
Alderman Marzak, and second by Alderwoman Noble. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Thank you all for coming out. Happy New Year.